Now, if you guys don't know, Overwatch has, just say, you know, it separates you into multiple groups. It's on it a lot, like multiple times. 3 roles: tank, damage, and support. I'm going to be teaching you guys. I'm going to be doing it in quick play in Total Mayhem. I'm going to be playing a game of Total Mayhem in the background. Total Mayhem as well, because even though that rarely ever comes out, I still feel like you guys should know who to pick during these games, and also who to pick, like. So we're going to start off with the tanks. Now, one of the most popular tanks actually is Orisa, and actually pretty, and also I'd probably say everyone, aside from Reinhardt, that is. Orisa's the most vague choice because of how powerful her gun is. She's basically just a tankier form of Bastion. If you guys don't know, sorry I'm stuttering so much. But basically, she's a tankier form of Bastion, but I feel like she gets a little bit over compared. She's kind of, she's really is for just holding the line and breaking some shields with Bastion. If you get her paired up with a Bastion and maybe even a Baptiste or something, or maybe even a Baptiste or a Mercy, you've got yourself potentially a really winning trio. But then you've got probably one of the most powerful tanks in the game, if not the most powerful. Now, Reinhardt is probably the most powerful tank in the game because well, he may have short range and because of his hammer, but he can also travel long distances with his fireball and also with his charge. His charge is huge in this because it can take out multiple enemies. It provides knockback, and also it can, if you charge into one enemy, then it could potentially kill them. But also his biggest thing is his shield. Reinhardt's shield is probably the best thing in the game right now, and also one of the most overpowered. Now, it can easily be melted by people, for example, like Bastion, and also maybe D.Va, if possible. But I really do feel like Reinhardt gets a little bit overrated for those guys. And if not, I'm actually pretty weirded out if he doesn't, because he is one of the most powerful tanks in the game, if not the most powerful. But he gets extremely targeted during games, and I'd probably say he's a little bit of a junk play kind of. Winston's probably one of the most balanced characters in this game, and probably one of my favourite characters as well. Bearing in mind, I actually hit diamond multiple times playing this character, so I know what I'm talking about when I play this guy. Winston's bubble is Winston's bubble has fairly low health, but that kind of gets outbalanced by the fact of his pickle gun. And for example, with his jump, he can keep up with enemies, especially in Total Mayhem, and also he can defeat hordes of enemies mostly, and his gun is mostly for crowd control, and not playing crowd control, because that is really just what Winston's for. And I'd probably say rightly so. Bastion's another really popular character as of his abilities, and also because of his configuration abilities, and also from how powerful his sentry and tank is. His configuration abilities do help out a lot during tight situations, and during this it can take out multiple enemies because of how powerful he is. He gets targeted heavily, but I feel like that's kind of overrated, that's kind of outbalanced by the fact he can kill multiple enemies with just in a few seconds, and can melt shields within moments if your configuration and tank in the right configuration, and sentry gun and tank in the right place. I'd probably say, if you pick Bastion, rightly so. Genji's another extremely popular character to play, as because of his double jump and how fast he is. Genji is also one of my what used to be my main. I've got 11 hours on this guy, and this is on my main account. This is on my main account. So I do know. So again, I do know what I'm talking about when I'm playing this guy. He is a god. Genji is one of the most, well, how should I put this? Not really somebody for attacking the back lines of battle. If he's attacking the healers, then the team will just fall apart. But you've got to make sure he's not really noticed that often, and also make sure he is deflecting at the exact right time and he's swift striking at the right time. Because of his abilities, that kind of makes him a little bit more in total mayhem wise. His abilities are actually more viable because of his speed. Now, he's actually been noticed multiple times for his abilities, and also he's been buffed and nerfed multiple times throughout the competitive series of Overwatch and also the main series of Overwatch. I've actually never seen somebody who hasn't played Genji say that he's bad, because Genji is extremely powerful and overpowered if you use him correctly. And there's not really much to say about this guy except for his ult, because Dragon Blade is basically godsend mode. If you turn into Dragon Blade mode, then you just turn into, oh my god, run, he's going to kill us all mode. Yeah, that's usually okay for you. Now, Genji is the most popular character by far in the game, so when you're picking him, pick him fast. I may not be able to showcase some other characters in the game, but I will showcase them later.
With every death,
Hanzo is another extremely popular character in the game, also brother to Genji. His Sonic Arrow can help protect multiple enemies, and also his Storm Arrows can take out tanks within seconds. I really haven't seen somebody who's played Hanzo not really charge off his arrows fully and not just spam arrows like that, because that really just doesn't help and it doesn't even go far. Also, you can literally just, and also, Hanzo is probably one of the most balanced characters in the game, besides Winston. He's fairly balanced in his mobility, and also he's probably he's an easy target for most ranged characters, for example Widowmaker and Ana. And also, most airborne characters can take him out fairly easily as well, because they are more mobile than him, and he can kill them really easily. Honestly, I'd say that most characters in the DPS form really are just mobile and really are used for attacking the back line, maybe even attacking the front lines of battle if so. But I'm kind of suspicious with Genji and Hanzo, because we don't actually know their backstory too well. We know that they were Shimada clan, and also they were notorious for causing crime, and also Hanzo put down a blade for Genji's sake. And also, when they escaped from Hanamura, one of them escaped unscathed. This is what are you trying to say here? Joe, drinking lemonade. Junkrat is really just for dealing damage, and you don't actually see him get many kills or eliminations, but that doesn't make him any less overpowered. Junkrat can easily go airborne, and also can easily throw traps, and can easily throw anything else for that matter. His traps and bombs do help out a fair bit. If you're stuck in an enclosed space with a Junkrat, you're kind of screwed, to be honest, because Junkrat has the second biggest splash damage in the game toward Pharah, and maybe even Roadhog, maybe, but I'm actually not sure. He's probably the most mobile. He's a fair character, but I don't really see him getting any more buffs or nerfs in the future. If I do see him getting any more buffs or nerfs in the future, well, riddle me that. Another one of my favourite characters. Oh, well, we're going on Route 66 so much. I don't really like Route 66 because of, you know. Another character that is extremely popular is actually McCree. McCree is really known for his long range and his short range attacks. He's also known for being that one character who's just going to stun and that basically.
Hey there.
But I feel like McCree is one of the most awkward characters in the game. High Noon is a fair ultimate, I'd probably say. If you can get a deflecting Genji on your side, the McCree's dead before he can kill anyone. Because McCree's 6-shooter shoots from right to left. So try and avoid deflecting Genjis if possible. But I'm pretty sure it's awkward because Genji's deflect only ever lasts for about a second. So McCree's a bit of a dodgy character to play, but if you learn if you learn the ropes of him, you're basically guaranteed to win.
Select your hero.
Farah is actually one of the most underrated characters. Is actually one of the most overrated characters in the game. I meant to say sorry. And also, she has some of the coolest skins, in my opinion, that is. But I feel like she gets a lot of hate. If you're ever not with a Mercy, then you're and people are complaining that somebody doesn't go Mercy and heal and pocket heal. But the thing is, the thing is, if someone pocket heals you as Farah, that actually can be extremely viable and useful because of the so-called pharmacy duo. The pharmacy duo actually works considerably well, and it works considerably well with multiple other characters as well if you use her with Mercy. But I feel like she's better because she's more airborne, and so can Mercy. Mercy can stay airborne. Concussive blast can do some fair damage. Can do some fair play. It can work for some good plays, and also her rocket launcher, fairly good as well. Barrage is only really useful on point capture maps. If you're on payload maps, you have to start screaming at mummy, and then you have to start screaming at mummy just for being an unconsiderable flab. Anyway. Farah has probably one of the biggest splash damages in the game, and also she can deal a fair amount of damage if you use her with Genji. If you use her against Genji, because when it comes to Genji, it's very, very awkward to deflect because of how big Farah's splash damage is. You can't really say much about Farah except for my splash damage, because it helps out so much during the game that you can't really even do anything if you're put up against it. Farah is so useful within games. She's really just for attacking from the air, and also the mobility of her is just insane. Stay airborne, and then you've basically got yourself a win. Because Farah, even though Farah's rocket launcher, a rocket propelled grenade, can run out fairly fast and also can kill you with its splash damage, I feel like if you use it correctly, if you use the Farah correctly, she is incredibly powerful and you're guaranteed to win. Now McCree, if you see what I'm doing for McCree, but if you use Barrage at the exact right time, you probably are going to use you're going to probably win the game. Then again, I didn't use Barrage good just then, but still. Reaper is my main, and I actually hit Master playing this guy, so I know what I'm talking about. Reaper is the most overpowered tank killer in the game. If there is a Reinhardt killer distracting the enemy, or a Roadhog for example, you can just race in, and then pick up your boom sticks, boys! But Reaper is seriously overpowered in the context of killing up Roadhogs and also killing up multiple other characters. But I feel like it's kind of annoying because of how much he's used. And how much he's referenced to actually be played as, it actually kind of gets offensive to most Reaper players because of how good they are as Reaper. If they're good as Reaper, you don't say anything about them. They're just good. That's them. But honestly, it gets offensive at the point. It gets offensive to the point where most players who play Reaper just think, if I can't play Reaper, who do I play? And I feel like that's actually the case with most Reaper players, as they don't really have anything happen to them. Now, Reaper is one of the most imbalanced characters in the game. If you get one on your team, he's bound to take out multiple tanks and also multiple healers. even though with Reaper healing isn't an issue, it really just helps out so much with his reaping ability. He can take out tanks in seconds, and he can take out multiple others too. If you Wraith at the right time, you can avoid a lot of damage, and probably, if not, the most damage in the game. Even though Reaper has the most annoying ultimate to dodge, he's still extremely powerful, and in the context, I love him. He's my main, and I wouldn't do. And if he wasn't in the game, I'd probably die. But you know, let's just say this: a Reaper. Reaper is the Reaper again. Something else to say: Reaper's teleport ability can help him get up to high places, just to take out tower bastions and roadhogs. Bastions are the most easy to take out as Reaper, as Reaper's power just literally knows no limits. McCree is awkward to take out because of High Noon, but any other character should be an absolute walk for Reaper. Anyway, look, long story short, Reaper is God, play him a lot, otherwise you'll die. Anyway, look at this 10-player kill streak I'm on right now. I'm going to do a bit of commentary on this, but look at this 10-player kill streak I'm on right now. I wouldn't have been able to do this without Reaper. Reaper is a god! I forgot to say. Wait, did I mention that Reaper is a god again? Anyway, still, Reaper is basically Jesus. I love him, and I feel like he should definitely be used more often in games. Not by the enemy team though. If you're going to, try and use Reaper the most often that you can. But try and use him in kind of enclosed spaces if you're going to use something like Death Blossom. Otherwise, people from range, such as Widowmaker and Anna, can defeat you very, very easily. Or McCree, because of his flashbang. But that is the McCree has to be extremely good with the flashbang if you want to do that anyway. But still, I really feel like half the characters in this game actually don't make much sense because they don't actually people feel like they've got enough because of Reaper. The reason they feel like they've got enough because of Reaper is because of how good he is. You can't even say anything about Reaper because of his Death Blossom. If you get a Death Blossom in Reaper, you're winning. Soldier 76 is one of the most mobile. Is the most mobile DPS character in my opinion because of how fast he can move to the payload and then just absolutely shred. Soldier is by far the most annoying character to kill in the game because of his heal field. His heal field really does annoy multiple players, and if you're going to, then it annoys the whole enemy team. Even if you can, try and kill tanks or maybe even enemy snipers with this guy, because this guy, he knows what he's up, he knows his business, and he knows where he's an absolute godsend. Play him a lot. Honestly, I recommend him. He's he's the biggest character probably, and he's used a ton in the Overwatch League, so definitely watch some tips and tricks videos on how to play him. But I feel like his most annoying habit is when people just spam Helix Rockets. If you just spam Helix Rockets, you are genuinely asking just to get killed. Because if you spam Helix Rockets, they take 7 to 9 seconds to charge up or something. But yeah, look at this. I can absolutely melt this Hammond, and I can absolutely melt multiple other tanks, for example. Like so. But your biggest threat is probably Reaper. Reaper can deal a ton of damage, like I've said before. But I feel like he's most useful if he is fighting against long range characters. I don't really feel like he should be used as much as he should, and also he is pretty overrated in my opinion. But if you use Tactical Visor correctly, you've got yourself a godsend of a character. Just take this, for example. Look at that. Look at that 6-player kill streak and my falling out of the map. I'm a god.
Do something. Cheers, love. The cavalry's here.
The beloved Tracer. Haven't we been here before? I always used to use Tracer in my early days of Overwatch because I always felt like she was an amazing character that knew where she stood, and also she can literally just teleport everywhere. Look, now I'm here, now I'm there, what are you doing? Wow, look, a Reaper's gone up there, I can just immediately teleport. Tracer is extremely fast and extremely powerful, as she can take out multiple tanks with just a couple of shots. She can take out healers as well, but that's really all she's here for. She's really there to attack the back lines and probably, if not, anything else really. I like her character design as well, even though that's been mentioned multiple times for a lot of other characters. I like her character design because because it's unique and it doesn't actually give you and it gives you something to actually talk about. And also something else, some of her abilities like Brink or Warp. Brink and Warp actually help out a lot during the fight. They can turn the tide of a battle if you use them correctly. You can take out the back lines, you can take out Reapers, and even if you're correctly using them, you can take out tanks, healers, like anything, like absolutely anything. But the thing that annoys me about Tracer is because she is such a squishy character, and if you hit her, then she's basically going to die anyway. So that's really why I don't choose Tracer that much now, because she's such a squishy character. She can literally get murdered within seconds. So just even being playing as Tracer just like makes you vulnerable. Widowmaker, aka God. Widowmaker's actually fairly decent. Widowmaker's the best range character in the game in my opinion, because of how fast she can charge her rifle. I'm going to continue this in a moment. Hang on a moment. I like her, but I don't love her. Because if you want to play Widowmaker, you gotta have accuracy. And what is the one thing that most Overwatch players don't have? Accuracy. I'd probably say if you're going to do anything with Reaper, if you're going to do anything with Widowmaker, get your accuracy better. Because otherwise, why would you be watching this video? But get your accuracy better with Widowmaker, use her Venom Mine as much as possible, just to, if there's a doorway behind you, someone can flank you, just put a Venom Mine right next to there, then you'll know if they're trying to get to you, grapple somewhere else, and then if you can, place your Venom Mine down there. And it deals actually 75 damage each time. Each Venom Mine deals 75 damage. So if you can use those as frequently as possible, you can get 75 damage on them. If you can get a headshot on them, that's great, because that's almost an insta-kill on most DPS characters. Anna, probably the second best range character in the game. Anna has the most common or aka strange backstory on how she joined Overwatch. But I mean, I think she's cool. I feel like if you're going to follow in your mother's footsteps, Farah, then do it correctly, please, because you never did. Because I can't hit you in air. I physically can't. I honestly don't feel like multiple characters actually, amount to how good she is as a healer. You can take people out and deal multiple damage and deal a lot of damage, but I don't really enjoy her as a character, and I don't actually know why. She knows that, and the thing is, I know that she isn't actually really a good asset to a team. If you've got like a lot of mobile characters, for example Genji, then you're kind of screwed if anything like that happens. So if a load of mobile characters such as Genji, Diva, Winston, even other stuff, I guess, it just gets annoying. Because you can't hit anyone. Like, you can't hit anyone with healing, or you can't even hit anyone in general. So you're basically literally just sitting duck. So don't bother. Baptiste is probably the best healer in my opinion, aside from Mercy and Moira. That is, he's the best DPS healer, probably. Until Brita's nerf, Brita was actually Brita was probably the best. But I feel like she wasn't actually that big of a healing DPS. Not a healing healer. She was more of a DPS. But I feel like, and kind of a tank on the side. But I really feel like, but I really do feel like she can make it. She made a difference with her nerf because no one plays her anymore unless they're in total mayhem. Yeah. Answer or else people will leave from boredom. Hello. Okay. Answer the chat. Your stream is lagging and it's really blurry. Well, sorry, I can't help that. No, but Baptiste is my favourite character. It's one of my favourite characters by far. As of his, well, ranged attack and also his ability to heal his friends in cramped spaces. I feel like Doomfist gets fairly easily bashed out by Baptiste, and not very many people appreciate Baptiste because of what he actually is, and that is a god. Honestly, like, you can't really do much with him except for shoot, heal, immortality field, heal. No, that's just it. That's literally it. Like, you can only do that. But I feel like multiple people just say, well, you can do so much more with him. You can do so much with every Overwatch character. Like, for example, what about Moira and Tracer? You can do so much with them. I feel like, yeah, it's good, I guess, but I feel like you can do so much more with him. If he had a buff or something, I know he's already overpowered as hell as it is, but if he had a buff, think about it! He'd become God! He'd become so much better. Or if he had another ability, like, I know that, like, if he had, like, I know he's already got the rocket boost thing, and that can actually help get to high ground enemies, and also that can help get to high ground friends if they're being harmed by other enemies. You can reach your ultimate ability so quickly if you just use that piece, and that's just like just being serious. You can reach your ultimate ability seriously fast if you use that piece. And well, aside from Tracer, he's got the biggest ultimate build in the game. The most common healer in the game, Mercy. Mercy is just really a damage booster and a healer, to be honest. I feel like she's not really used for anything more, except for stuff like that. But if you can, try and use Mercy for as much as possible. You can't really use her as a DPS, but you can use her for as much as you can. Try and use her for healing more than anything, but try and use her for something more, I guess. So for example, I'm being trapped in a maze blizzard. I died. Don't do that. Avoid that. It comes to the final hero, Zenyatta. Zenyatta, I used to never play this character because I thought he was so trash. I realise now that I wasn't using him correctly. I was just an absolute horrible player. He is probably one of the most mobile healers in the game because of how much he can use his mobile healing abilities and his mobile Discord abilities. I enjoy using him. I really enjoy playing Zenyatta as he can do a lot of damage in just the space of a few seconds. If you use him a lot more than you normally do, this can be said for any character. If you use him a lot more than you normally do, you will get better. And that can be said for every single character in any video game. But just use Zenyatta as much as possible. If you can get better with his healing abilities, that's it. You're alright. I mean, you just need accuracy, other than that. But anyway, that's it for today, guys. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like, and then I will see you in the next video. I don't have it on 360p, Lewis, actually. I've got it on 720p. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.